Imagine a country where the majority of the people are paid with money they can't use to buy most of the things they want. That's Cuba. It's the only country in the world that prints two currencies. So about 80% of the population works for the state, and they're paid with something that's called the peso cubano, also known as the CUP or COUP. And the CUP really can't be used for very much. You can pay your electricity or telephone bill, you can go to a baseball game or buy some vegetables at the local market. But if you go into just about any Cuban store, you'll find that most of the products are imported, and until recently, only available in the other currency, the peso convertible, also known as the CUC or CUC, which is pegged to the dollar, so worth about 25 times more. So why does a country that's essentially broke have all this money? It's complicated. After the 1959 revolution, Che Guevara was put in charge of the Cuban economy, and he had the communist utopian dream of creating a society that didn't need any money. That kind of economic planning didn't work out too well because in the early 1990s, with the collapse of the Soviet Union, the Cuban economy was dealt a body blow that it's still recovering from even today. That's when Cuban economists came up with the idea that they needed to print their own dollars, the CUC. Here's how it works. When you go into a hotel or bank to change real US dollars into CUCs, the Cuban government charges about a 20% commission. But the problems go much deeper than that. Cubans that have access to hard currency live much better than the rest of the population. So you have a situation where a Cuban bartender working in a hotel that tourists visit and earning tips could end up earning more in just a day than a Cuban doctor does working for the state in an entire month. In 2013, the Cuban government said they would move to a single currency, but that hasn't happened yet, and no one will say why. But as Cuba and the US government move to normalize relations, the pace of economic activity is expected to pick up. Just one more reason for the Cuban government to try and create a more stable currency policy now.